The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
And my mic sounds good again, I hope. I won't really know until I'm done recording, but...
It's an improvement, I bet.
It's a vast improvement. Thanks for bearing with me last week, guys. I hope it was a fun little, trip excursion.
Yeah.
Yeah, the being out in the wild with me. And now I'm semi-settled. I have a place, a home, so to speak, a lease for the next year, while I figure some stuff out. So the comedy will be pumping. I'm sitting... That's the train on the tracks. I'm sitting just among debris of a half-moved-in apartment. But it's comfier than a kick in the ass, that's for sure. Matt, tell about this podcast.
This is the only certified, verified, confirmed only podcast on the internet that talks about the internet, specifically internet reviews from Amazon, Google, Yelp, but also Walgreens.com, Sears.com, Kmart.com. We get in there. We get everywhere. The places you forgot about, we're in there.
We are breaking such hot ground with this talking. People love going on the internet. Why haven't we just been talking about it the whole time, dude?
Oh, no, man.
And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be trendsetters. We're here to do the first thing that's ever happened. The first boys to talk into microphones and make people laugh. But yeah, mostly about the reviews and then the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll fire this first one off. I think it's fitting that I'll get the ball rolling here.
Going already. All right.
But once again from Amazon, the Mikarka sandals for women, platform ankle strap women's sandals, open toe, espadrilla, wedge sandals for women, concise, casual, summer women's shoes. This time we got a review not from Mariah, Montana, but from Raquel Cook. Raquel Cook titles their review, "Very well used and not by me." She writes, "When opened the box and looked at it, the shoes, there were visible toe prints that indicate they were worn quite well before sent to us, while also having dirty ankle straps and anything else that is fabric covered in the previous owners stepped in. There's also a weird substance that are on both toes areas and the bottoms of the shoes, so hopefully we won't die of something. Definitely don't know what is going on, but almost paying $40. I don't want to be sticking my foot into something that has sweat marks and unknown substances when they're supposed to be brand new 1 star.
That's just our guys Toe Jam and Earl hanging down there.
You gotta pre-toe jam the shoes these days to build the immunity to it.
Oh, that's so bad. I don't want to see somebody's dirty little toe prints, though.
Well, you're gonna see them. There's included pictures. I want you to get the full.
God, no. Like, I know sometimes little shoes have cute, like, toe, like, this is where your toes go. That's not what's going on here, definitely. That's just like, these have been mussed up by some feet. Feet have been in these shoes.
They look pretty...
They don't look as bad as I was expecting, honestly.
Sure. That fabric could be just rustled, right?
Yeah, like it tried on and then untried on.
Right. Someone could have just, like... When you put those pillows one way and they change color, and you put the fabric the other day,
yeah. You got the fleece blanket, and you sweep your hand on it, and you're like, "Ooh, look at the
Look, I drew Nicolas Cage's face."
Right.
But the unknown substance.
Yeah, that strap looks a little dented into from where it was clasped and belted.
Actually, the strap is straight looking fucked up, like dirty.
Yeah.
Look at that on the
both
right
straps.
there. Ugh, that just makes me think the ankles were sweating, brother.
Yeah. It's hot down there in Tijuana. What can I say?
Oh, man. Some people sweat from their face. Some people get real sweaty backs. I'm an ankle sweater.
Ugh.
I got to wear galoshes. Just to the grocery.
Mm.
All right. I think that's a great starter. Do you have a review?
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to go to higher heights. I've got Amazon review for the Legendary Foods 20 grams protein pastry, low carb meal replacement bar, low glycemic gluten-free protein snacks, healthy keto snack box, 10 times zero sugar energy bars, bariatric diabetic friendly.
10 times zero sugar.
All that's to say these are protein pop-tarts.
Okay.
In heavy air quotes. If you've been following us on Instagram at reparty.com, you may have seen me post a review of like an old man showing his displeased face with his purchase. I've got another displeased customer, Amazon reviewer Cheeky Boston, who titles their review Delicious Anal Leakage.
We're back, baby. Let's go. Review party time.
And they're right. I found these gluten-free Pop-Tarts to be a decadent treat I missed for years, though I was surprised that every time after eating these, several hours later I felt a little dirty. The kind of dirty you feel when you think, oh, that wasn't a fart. Visual evidence concluded what I had feared. I had a leak in my booty. I immediately flashed back to my time growing up in the 1990s and reading the warning label after I had downed an entire bag of fat-free Olestra-filled potato chips. Quote, may cause anal leakage. Re-examining what I had eaten differently that day left one suspect to this heinous crime. With a whopping 9 grams of erythritol, the evidence was damning. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol used as a low-calorie sweetener and is linked to a host of long-term and short-term health issues, and for most people, it causes a laxative effect because it is digested more slowly and incompletely. However, the laughably corrupt U.S. FDA lists sugar alcohols as generally recognized as safe, though meanwhile they have put the kibosh on any long-term research. Big fake sugar tells our government what to think. I like to think of myself as a strong man, but my bowels gave up pretty quickly to this sinister stranger. I was humiliated, my body desecrated. What was supposed to be a dance with an old friend I used to enjoy for breakfast in the morning turned horrific. I cannot in good conscience recommend this product to anyone, ever. Though if you like to live on the wild side, all I can say is, wear protection. 1 star.
I don't know what it was about that review. It was a very good review as far as I got diarrhea from this product reviews go. We're kind of experts on those by now.
Yep. Sounds very familiar.
But something about it just awakens in me, and maybe I've taken this take before. But if that sugar-free alcohol is getting your guts in a twist, your bloodline is weak and you are weak. Just avoid it because your stomach is a little baby stomach who can't handle a little funny sugar sweets.
There weren't that many people complaining of that detracting quality to these products. A lot of people are just like, they taste bad. They smell bad. There's not enough filling. They're dry. But
they suck because they're diet Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
This one guy says, I finally bit the bullet, but I have to spit it out. Which is a lovely turn of phrase.
It just leads me to think, like, we're talking about big sugar alcohol here. Big diet is worse, man. Yeah. I guess it's a part of the same package, but we gotta quit thinking that diet and sugar-free and all these buzzwords on these packages mean they're healthy for you. You know, it's healthy buying some damn spinach.
Having a balanced diet, and yes, whole foods, natural foods for sure. This woman, I didn't want to bring her whole review, but she's like, my daughter, we were excited to get 20 grams protein per Pop-Tart. And when they didn't taste good, she's like, oh, it's too bad. We're not going to get that 100 grams of protein every day.
What?
Bruh, you think about stuff like that?
4 diet Pop-Tarts a day?
I don't know. She just wants to have 100 grams protein. Gotta jack herself up.
You know, watch the guys that bodybuild that literally are consuming like more protein than a body could intake. They're not fucking buying the like scam diet Pop-Tarts. They're buying eggs and chicken breast and greens. You know, it's if they haven't figured it out, then no one's figured it out. Get yourself some fucking protein shake, suck that down in the morning, fucking make some eggs, fucking make some chicken for dinner, and that's your life if that's what you want. Like, there's no cheat code to this. They're trying to sell you a product. That's why they say it's a cheat code. It's not. It's just something that tastes bad that gives you protein, which 20 grams of protein in a couple Pop-Tarts is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's a lot of protein.
That's good. Depending on the calories, that could be real, real good. And that's the thing is, I think these Pop-Tarts are probably fine for people that understand what they're getting into, but they're not some magic like well of infinite protein and flavor. They're just fucking shitty diet Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I at first I didn't feel too justified in my anger, but no. After we talked it out, I think we're right. This is ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, this review is hardly ridiculous, but I have one. It's from Amazon. We're talking about the HyperX Cloud 2 ear pads. Cooling gel cloud, alpha ear cushions, pads, upgrades, ear cups, parts, replacements for HyperCloud, Cloud Stinger, Cloud Flight, Cloud X, Cloud 2, Cloud 3, Cloud Alpha, Cloud Core.
Cloud, let's go.
I think all the HyperX headphones are called Cloud, and so they wanted to get every headphone type in the whatever.
Get it in there, man.
Get it in there. Yeah, some aftermarket cooling headphones, so to speak. They have in the graphic, they have Microsoft Paint, the sort of like cut out part of the headphone, like it's supposed to be a cross section, but it's very obviously just like they took a part of a graphic that had water and just like pasted it on. I'm saying it to Matt. So yeah, there's just like pretend see-through. You can see water and cooling gel inside.
Yeah, that's some GameCube era water texture that has just been clipped and pasted on top of the headphone cush pad.
Oh, it's so funny to me. All right, let me find. We got a review for these gooey guys from Not a Bot Review. Need to get that patent. That website's going to get scooped up. The title reads, somewhat confusing installation, they write. Sound quality is good and they fit well. My old ones completely disintegrated after 7 years of use, so hopefully these last until the headphones die. Edit. I finally got it on after struggling with it for 20 minutes. What I found with the installation is that you clamp down the part you slid in with one hand, then you should be able to stretch it over the entire earmuff with your free hand without any rips or tears. Don't be afraid to use some force. 4 stars.
I'm kind of afraid.
I'm a little afraid.
Kind of like a waterbed feature that I am putting over an electronic feature.
That's so true. They're always like, waterbeds not allowed in this apartment. Waterbeds explode and kill children. Why couldn't this happen with these jelly gooey headphones?
Don't be afraid. Just be forceful with it.
Just fucking wrench on it until it does what you want.
I mean, I guess you don't have when you're moving into a new apartment and there's always that awkward trying to get the couch or the bed frame or whatever through the doorway or around the hall. You probably don't have that same problem with a waterbed.
Oh, sure. And waterbeds are built for that, right?
But I don't know.
It's like the gelatinous cube or whatever from D&D just around the corner like it was made to do it.
Yeah, just push that sucker through. Don't be afraid to force it. I still kind of would be afraid to force it through the door jam.
You try and force it through the door jam, all of a sudden you're getting sucked in. It's vertical quicksand, man.
Sucked in, the thing pops, and you and your friends are spinning down the stairs in a little tidal wave.
Oh yeah. Nothing better. No better cartoon gag than like a bunch of water exploding at the top of the stairs and everyone is washed in a perfect like lazy river, not lazy river, wave pool-esque wave.
So yeah, I don't want that phenomena to occur over my clouds.
Your clouds, dude. Your precious clouds. I brought this review for 2 reasons. And what we covered, just the ridiculous. But one that just I think it's so funny to get like aftermarket parts for your headphones.
That's
like,
a little bizarre.
They're pretty cheap these days. Just get some more. You know, it's. Oh yeah, that's right. He said 70. These lasted 70 years.
A long time for a pair of headphones.
They disintegrated after almost the better part of a decade. But I cannot invest in a new pair.
Apparently, the sound quality is unparalleled. Couldn't have gotten better in 10 years.
I had a pair of headphones that I really wish I maintained and took care of. I really miss. I think they're called Fatality. I forgot which brand. Fatality was like a first-person shooter guy. Ooh. Don't care about him. Irrelevant. His headphones had really good bass. And I've never heard headphones as bassy since. And it really... You would play Team Fortress 2, and when those grenades go off and the heavy weapons guy starts rolling up his gun, you hear it's like, damn, those are gunshots just because it was a nice bass. But yeah, I do remember the mic quality was very 2005, which is when I got it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I'd be aftermarketing some headphones with a mic upgrade if I found those again.
I think you deserve it at that point.
Oh, that's true. Now I kind of want to, hunt on eBay for a nice sealed pair. That would go crazy. Plus, the headphone wire was really long. I hate short, don't make me go wireless, man. I don't want to. Mm-mm. Don't make me go to big Bluetooth.
Give me a big old thick cord. That's not gonna bend and break and fray.
I'll pay a premium for a braid on that bitch. I wanna rub it and go zzz, zzz. But yeah, the aftermarket I think I covered everything I want to talk about. I closed it. We've been working hard here. Mm-hmm. It's hard having good mic quality. I'm gonna record next episode in my car again just for the atmosphere. We're gonna go to break.
Okay, bye. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to... It's the Precious Max again. If you're sick of it, well, don't worry. This product will make you feel all better. It's Precious Max, the segment where we just have a bunch of reviews for the same product, but it's different because it's not on Letterboxd or Steam or the App Store. I've got a bunch of Pepto Bismal reviews.
Hey, that's a good idea. Good idea, sir.
Right, this is gonna help you folks. These ones.
If you just can't get enough of those diet Pop-Tarts, you might need some of this stuff.
Yeah, this will also fix you right up. I've never been a big fan of the Pepto. As a child, I would be administered Pepto and then would shortly thereafter throw up pink.
Right. That was me with Alka-Seltzer. It just was like Ipecac to me. Like, but Pepto always agreed with me. I like the minty bubble gum.
I don't know. I didn't love it.
I think of it as like engine oil lube for your guts. Like you're about to eat something bad, better lube up. You just ate something bad, well, maybe a little lube will help.
Yeah. When I had the flu earlier this year, I downed some and it stayed in me all right.
it stayed in, and I picture like I can't help but picture an Osmosis Jones sort of medicine infiltration at that point.
Well, I've got some reviews here that they all tell their stories, just like we've told ours now. This first one comes from, these are all on Amazon, if I didn't say it. This first review is from Raisuli the Magnificent. He titles his review, Life-Saving Ambrosia, and writes, I've relied on Pepto Bismal since I was a kid. It's always settled or cured upset stomachs, and somehow mysteriously addressed severe runs. As a kid, I didn't know how it did it, but it did. The last 72 hours, I had the absolute worst stomach flu ever. Not since the infamous Taiwanese flu from the mid-1990s have I been this sick. I'm deadly serious about this. Had I been in an undeveloped part of the world, I probably would have died of dehydration. The bug in my stomach was that bad. It was really a life or death situation. But 24 hours later, after ordering an old friend, Pepto Bismal sailed in and got to work. And it was like all those science classes and American freedom paid off as the stuff went to work immediately. And here I am some 12 hours later writing this review on the mend. Whether it was the stomach flu, or ODing on one of my mother's delicious dinners, or just stuffing my gut with pizza, Pepto Bismal has been a friend and chemical savior since birth. My hat's off to the good Pepto Bismal company and the people who make this fantastic product. You will never hear an ill word from me about you or your product. Thanks for being there when I and millions of others needed you. 5 stars.
Everyone knows what separates America from those third world countries is the pink goo that we drink when we have too much Pizza Hut.
It settles things down all nice and smooth.
Settle things down. The only reason we're not fucking savages in this country is because when we get little tum-tum aches and our poo-poo goes runnies, that we can drink the pink goo that's vaguely peppermint.
You see our stomachs bursting out? No, our stomachs get settled.
Just for pennies a day, you can send Pepto Bismal to this child.
Oh, God. I kind of hate that.
I hate it too. I assure you, dear viewers, my distaste for capitalism and the lie of the American dream has only become more powerful in my journey to the West, and more complicated because driving through North Dakota and Montana and Idaho, flyover states, so to speak, as they call them.
Yeah,
I saw the most beautiful places in America I've ever seen, maybe the world, and I've been around Japan and saw lots of beautiful stuff. And there's so much green grass growing on empty, unpopulated areas. And I'm just like, why can't we just make cheap housing for everybody out here? There could be so many wonderful communities. Let's do to Colorado. Or let's do to Montana what we did to Colorado, and, you know, and just like populate that shit. There's so much room. That makes me feel like, oh, Manifest Destiny, evil, stolen land. But seeing all this shit, all this fertile land that's awesome and cool, it makes me get it a little bit, right? It makes me like, yes, this is a prize worth getting, this beautiful, beautiful land. Is it the way we did it ethical or good or,
No.
you know, no, not at all. But Montana's pretty, man. Like, I want a damn ranch there. I understand those movies where they'd go like, they'd have those races to claim the land. You see that shit?
Yeah.
It's not even movies. That's just real history. I just knew about it from a movie because I'm a dumb American.
Well,
and then getting out here. Oh, you know, yeah. Let me stop my soapbox. Let's hear more about Pepto. The point is, it ain't about that, man. It ain't about the pink liquid.
This is a dumb American review. I hate this guy. This is L.C. Matthews, titles his review, How Pepto Saved My Marriage. He writes, looking to save you from a torturous interrogation? You've been there before. That belch that smells like rotten eggs and just floats in the air, lingering, reaching the nostrils of your loved one. And just like that, you know you're doomed. Everything moves slow motion as you see the questions start burning in their head, the infuriating look that slowly comes over them as they realize the diet pact you made was broken by the holiday tray that made it in your office. It's not your fault. It's not like you brought the tray. But you couldn't possibly say no and offend your colleague. Who knows? They could have cried themselves to sleep if you had refused a bite or two. But you swore you stuck by your rabbit food diet through the sweat beads and yes years, but just like that, the belching clearly indicates you're a liar. And now you have a serious problem. Now they won't forget you lied, and now question everything. They've written it in stone. It's in a fireproof safe of the time you betrayed them, and they will now bring it up in a heartbeat the moment you swear to the truth. But, taking Pepto, I can now avoid the diet interrogation questions, the questions of betrayal and distrust. I can now enjoy my life freely and keep my marriage. Thank you, Pepto. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear a transparent 30-milliliter cup and a pink rescue banner named Pepto. 5 stars.
Pepto's not there for your infidelity, Steve.
Even if it's a diet infidelity.
Right. It's that's the dishonesty. Is it
in
a marriage? If you're being dishonest about that, what else are you being dishonest about?
Yeah, some little thing like that. Even if it's a joke,
right.
there's a ring of truth there.
And what I was originally thinking was like, brother, if your burps are smelling so bad,
rotten eggs, dude, what?
Worse than farts? Go to doctor. Diet is the least of your problems, brother.
It's lingering in the air till it finds a suitable set of nostrils to offend. What?
It's wafting green cartoon smoke, finding its way to the nostrils, and then the zoom in where the background artist does the gag instead of the regular animators, and it's all detailed and gross. But then, finally, my final thought of the review was, bro doesn't just need a doctor, bro just needs a relationship counselor. Like, your situation's a sham, my guy. Come on.
Yeah, fix that, dude.
It's, yeah. And again, I appreciate the effort here in this review. You know, he had a bit and he executed it, and
'tis true.
Yeah, better than saying, made my burps go away. My wife don't like the rotten eggs. Like, okay. But yes, yeah.
All right, I got one more. This one, I mean, these all have been their own special flavor. This one is something. This is from Julia, who titles her review, I love this pink mint smoothie.
No, dude.
And writes, in preparation for the second coming Civil War, I am slowly stockpiling things I feel will be necessary during inflation and shortages. Building a suitable medicine cabinet is definitely a part of that. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I became sick with an unknown ailment and needed to drink some of this. I came to the realization the bottle I was drinking, though absolutely delicious, was years expired. Upon the addition of the new bottles, I started to drink this more. I forgot how amazing it tasted. Beautifully pink, with an amazing cool and soft texture that just glides across your tongue, with the flavor of mint that no candy or drink can compete with.
No, bitch.
I really should stop drinking it like it's a candy smoothie. But if Pepto didn't want me to drink it like candy, why did they make it taste like candy? One reviewer pointed out the expiration date was missing, but it's actually printed on a different place on the back of the bottle on the top of the pink label in white ink. I don't personally care about such things. After all, I accidentally discovered expired medication tastes just as good and still works. But I know the vast majority of people don't want to drink expired smoothies. Sorry, medicine. So I'd like to point it out. Oh, and it does work for its intended purpose. I'm not a medical doctor, do not advise taking medicine when not experiencing the symptoms the medication aims to relieve, and am not providing medical advice. This should go without saying, but some people seem to need warnings for everything these days. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some medicine to drink. 5 stars.
Let me cut off the haters before I even make this statement. Everyone has different taste buds. That's horseshit, bro. Whether you like or don't like something, it's all in your fucking head, all right? So get over it. And everyone's got their thing they don't like, and you're entitled to that. Definitely. Do not get me wrong. I don't like ketchup. I'm never going to like ketchup. But I look at myself, and I don't say, well, my taste buds are just special, so I don't have the taste like everyone else. No, I'm just fucking stupid and weird and don't like that thing that everyone likes because I'm weird. And that's good. But... So all this is to say, if you think that Pepto Bismal tastes better than mint chocolate chip ice cream, your frontal lobe is cooked. It's gone. It's toasted. Like, spend your time reading books instead of chugging fucking gut lube. And I like the taste of Pepto Bismol. I think it's fine. But I'm not going to buy it over some Andy's Mints or something.
Get yourself some Danimals chuggy yogurts or something.
Yes.
If you like that smooth, creamy yum-yums, you can do that.
And with all the products these days, there's like a minty yogurt drink or something out there.
There's gotta be. Get yourself some Irish cream coffee mate and just chug that.
No, literally. Like, what the hell? It's so bad for you. What are you doing to your guts? They're not made to be a slip and slide 24/7.
What you putting in yourself? Like, yeah.
Because it's just bismuth, right? That's like the active ingredient. That's what you're...
Subsalicylate. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, look up bismuth and do you want that lining your body 24 hours a day? Like, Pepto's kind of an emergency situation type beat. Yeah, if you need it on deck like that, see a doctor. I'm a Pepto Bismol lover, but yeah, these people, they need some help, brother. I like this segment this week because everyone needed some help in a different way, and I think we told them exactly what they needed. Is that all from the pep?
That's all the pep we got.
Yeah, my steps are running out here. I said plenty during that segment. Let me just read a review here. From Rate Your Music, we have a review for the album Americana, 1998, by The Offspring.
Okay.
I think the big... I guess, in my mind, The Offspring aren't one-hit wonders because they're such like a pop-punk staple.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of stuff I grew up listening to, so... They're in the rotation, but I think technically they are with Pretty Fly for a White Guy, which is on here.
Mm-hmm.
And Americana is sort of it's like a concept album where every song's about different like issues in the suburbs, I guess, or whatever. One issue being annoying white guys with cars that wear their hats backwards and listen to Eminem. But let me read this review from Torches. I think they cover it much better than I can. this was the album that showed the Offspring what they needed to do to be heard. Yes, that's a bad thing. The universally huge Pretty Fly for a White Guy reached number 1 in 9 countries and repeated itself the last 3 times on each album to follow. Or repeated itself at least 3 times on each album to follow, and it's the worst song on the album. Still, saying it's the worst obviously means that there are some better songs to be found here, and in fact, the majority of songs range from good to absolutely amazing. The negativity is found thrice in the novelty of Pretty Fly for a White Guy, the boring She's Got Issues, and Why Don't You Get a Job?
Mm-hmm.
The hugest throwaway track I've ever heard, featuring horrible vocals, uncharacteristic instrumentals, and some sort of attempt at ska punk that falls flat on its face. Feelings and Walla Walla are just okay, but the bridge of Walla Walla is pretty cool. The positivity is found in blistering pop punk songs like No Breaks, the cynical Americana, foreboding a hellish future brought by our culture, The Kids Aren't All Right, the painfully depressing The End of the Line, Have You Ever, with its slow rhetorical ending, and Staring at the Sun. Pay the Man is a golden musical moment in Offspring's career. Who would have thought that they could muster an 8-minute song that sounds so different from anything that they've done, yet still sounds some obscure, mystical, foreign way to rock? Everything about it is near flawless and beautiful. Overall, it's a decent album, but the beginning of the end? Definitely. Don't pass it up. It's a pleasant pop-punk experience with one of the Offspring's greatest and 3 of their worst. Highlights: Have You Ever, Staring at the Sun, The End of the Line, Americana, Pay the Man, 3.5 stars.
Yeah, Why Don't You Get a Job sucks. I agree.
It is a skip. I sort of appreciate it being there in the overall vibe of the album. You know, there's a journey you're going on, and they take a strange musical detour. Does it hit 100%? No. Are you going to put a little star on it on Spotify? No, but when you listen to the whole album, you listen to it.
I haven't listened to the whole album. I guess that's my fault.
Oh, yeah. That. Why Don't You Get a Job in a Vacuum? Oh, worst song ever.
When it gets a radio play, I'm like, what are you thinking?
That's weird. That's crazy. Modest Mouse has a lot of those songs where they just get a different genre and get weird with it, but they also, you know, put the signature Modest Mouse slam the cymbals and scream stuff on it to get the crowd going. Why Don't You Get a Job is just like, yeah, they take what's the Cheeseburger in Paradise guy?
Some Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, they take a little Jimmy Buffett detour for some reason.
Yeah, it's not great.
But we do love Americana and The Kids Aren't All Right. I think those.
The Kids Aren't All Right. Classic.
That's crazy. Yeah, that song is like, I grew up and heard that, and it was like, yeah, man, the kids aren't all right. And I like grew up and saw the stuff they talked about in that song happened to a bunch of people in my high school. Like, just like, oh. And then like going to towns that are, well, my hometown, little hometown, just deteriorating into like a heroin addict meth bin. Like, it's scary out there. Those kids are not all right. I do love that they mark this as the beginning of the end of the band, and it's like their 3rd album.
Yeah, that seemed a bit premature. Not that I'm a diehard Offspring follower.
Yeah, they do put out some trash after chasing it for real, but I feel like they recover eventually. They kind of get back to their business. Maybe I'm biased. Oh man. Well, if you want to, we got time for one more review. You want to do a review?
I found myself on Rate Your Music today as well.
Cool.
A similar wavelengths. I've got Rate Your Music. Hooray for Boobies, the Bloodhound Gang.
I listened to this album on my road trip, dude. That seems like years ago now, but I was enjoying it. Let's go.
I'm guessing most listeners just know The Bad Touch. So that's all you really need to know.
The Ralph Wiggum song's on there, isn't it? People don't necessarily know that, but I like it.
What would that one be called?
I think it's just called Ralph Wiggum. No, that one's not on there.
Not.
It's all the lyrics of that song are Ralph Wiggum quotes.
Okay.
It's really funny. Anyway.
There's a review from Nibbish. Nibbish writes, when plugged in, the popular culture reviewing arm of Focus on the Family reviewed this album, they edited out all of the breast-related images shown on the cover. This means they edited out pictures of cupcakes, cow udders, and statues. I honestly find this fact more hilarious than most of the songs on the album proper. Though a couple of them still gave me the same stupid grin that they did when I was 17. 2.5 stars.
Yeah, it is like an album for a 17-year-old boy, for sure.
Yeah, I feel it's got its place. It knows what it wants to be.
No, yeah, I think I had like a falling out period where it's like, I don't listen to Bloodhound Gang. But now I'm like, sometimes you're in the mood for some absolute drivel, some just silly stuff. And they got some good beats.
I can't say I ever listened to this album, so I was looking at these reviews and somebody said, ooh, Mope is really good, except I even thought that Pac-Man on Crack part was dumb when I was a kid. I was like, well, I gotta figure out what they're talking about there. And I simultaneously thought if I was in the car and heard this, or somebody put this on, I would be like looking at them. Like, I would be like, what are we listening to? But then I was like, but no, this is stupid funny.
Yeah, the Bad Touch song is the Do It Like You Do on the Discovery Channel club banger.
It's quality.
It's really kind of timeless in its absurdity. But I was thinking of Hefty Fine, their follow-up to their smash hit there. That is an album, man. It's got Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo.
Okay.
It's, if you know military language,
I know what that's saying.
It's about doing it. They got Untis, 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 which is very much a follow-up to Bad Touch.
Ooh.
They got Ralph Wiggum on there, written by Jimmy Pop and the Simpsons writers. I'm recommending this album. Just know the first, their words, not mine. The first track is called Strictly for the Tardcore.
Okay.
So hardcore with a T, I suppose.
Yeah. As long as we're talking about their words. Here's a review from E. Bateson. He says, a lap dance is so much better when the stripper is crying is a solid contender for the worst song ever written. It starts with the lyrics, I was lonelier than Kunta Kinte at a Merle Haggard concert, and somehow gets even worse from there.
Man, these edgelord wannabe comedians these days got to listen to some Bloodhound Gang, because they were so ahead of their time.
Maybe I ought to give it a listen.
It's you're gonna feel ashamed at how much it's hitting, I'm sure.
I can't wait.
I mean, the dude's name is Jimmy Pop.
That's a good name.
Goes by Jimmy Pop. What are they do? Bro's 52 now. That's crazy to think about. Okay. Bro played in a Depeche Mode cover band.
Oh.
That was his first music gig. That's sick. It split in 92, and him and a couple dudes from the band started Bloodhound Gang. I got goosebumps, man. That's beautiful. You know what else is beautiful? You, for listening to this whole episode. Thank you so much. We got new review party every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. I look forward to it. You look forward to it. God looks forward to it. Let me look at my notes so I know what the hell I'm talking about here. I got to tell you, if you'd like to send in an absurd review for us to muse over, I think there's some in the inbox right now. It's just like Just felt like getting my own this week. But that does not mean, that's not how I usually feel. Please flood us with emails filled with reviews that you found that you think are funny. We'd love to feature them on the show. Just include a screenshot or a hyperlink, whatever you got to do to get it to us, and include your name so we can give you credit. I can't hold the mic sideways. That's going to be weird later. Good luck, editor Brent. Matt.
Hey, I want you to reach out to us on social media at reviewparty.com, on Instagram and TikTok, at reviewpartypod on Twitter/X. If you want to find our content in places other than that, search for Review Party on Letterboxd, search Review Party on YouTube, or go to our website, reviewparty.com, where it's just jam-packed of Review Party fun. Do it, okay?
Do it. There's Blue. Special thanks to our buddies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You can find more great tunes on Spotify. Nosebleeds, one word. There's even like a club sort of bedroom SoundCloud pop remix to Bread for Breakfast on there.
Dang, son.
Or no, it might be another song. No, I think it's Bread for Breakfast. Banger. Follow, subscribe, favorite wherever you listen. Review us on iTunes, Podchaser, or Spotify, or if, wherever you want to. Leave a YouTube comment. All that good stuff. Matt has a newsletter you can sign up for on the website. It's fantastic. I would say newsletter of the year. We got to get you on some submitted. I know Arby's ain't got a newsletter like you.
I don't think they do.
No stream of consciousness on there. Follow, subscribe, favorite. I said that. Turn on notifications on Spotify. That's the deal. Matt, do you have a review to send us out of here?
I got a review. And you said God looks forward to Tuesday reviews day. That's because he's listening for reviews like this from Amazon. The King James Version, super giant print reference Bible, black invitation leather, red letter, pure Cambridge text, presentation page, cross references, full color maps, easy to read Bible, MCM type. It's a big Bible with big text, I guess. What's this sucker? This sucker is 8x11, it says.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, we got a review here from Bob Nepper. He titles his review, "A Very Large Bible." And he writes, "Did not care for this Bible as I found it too unwieldy. I've used several large study Bibles with no problem, but this was just too big and floppy for me." 3 stars.
God does not want his reading material to be floppy. I know that.
Big and floppy is a bad combination.